Hi, friends. Today I've prepared a very useful topic for you, seniors. Please do this before bed or your muscles will keep disappearing. Senior health tips. Let's go. As a board-certified clinical nutritionist with over a quarter-century of experience, dedicated to the health of adults over 60, allow me to be direct. If you are going to bed with an empty stomach, you are unknowingly allowing your muscles to deteriorate night after night. This isn't happening because you are unmotivated. It is not even a direct consequence of getting older. The truth is that your body, after the age of 60, can no longer effectively preserve its muscle mass unless it receives the right kind of fuel. Before you go to sleep, we have tracked this phenomenon carefully. Scientific observations show that adults over 60 can forfeit as much as 8% of their total muscle mass with each passing decade. The majority of this loss occurs while you are asleep. However, you have the power to halt this process. In fact, you can turn it around entirely by making just one minor, strategic adjustment to your evening routine. In this presentation, I will reveal 8 foods, all supported by scientific evidence, that are proven to boost overnight muscle protein synthesis by as much as 30%. This will help you wake up feeling stronger, with less soreness, and with improved balance. This requires no gym membership and no dietary pills, just food, combined with specific timing and knowledge. If your body has been feeling progressively weaker each morning, you are about to understand the genuine reason for it and learn precisely how to begin fixing it this very evening. Most older Americans believe that their bodies are weakening simply as an inevitable part of the aging process. In reality, a significant portion of that physical decline stems from an unnoticeable process that takes place every single night as you rest. Allow me to clarify. During sleep, your body shifts into a state of recovery, but this recovery is not without cost. It demands fuel, and protein is the specific fuel it needs. If you head to bed without having consumed any protein-dense food, your body cannot magically produce this essential nutrient out of thin air. So, from where does it source it? It takes it from your own muscles. This biological function is called catabolism, which is the breakdown of your muscle tissue to supply the vital amino acids required to sustain fundamental life functions like your heart's rhythm, your breathing, and the repair of your cells. And this is the part that should concern you. After you turn 60, your body's capacity to conserve muscle tissue diminishes significantly. Even if your protein consumption is adequate during the daytime, your system becomes less effective at absorbing and utilizing that protein to reconstruct muscle. In clinical language, this is referred to as anabolic resistance. To put it in simpler terms, your muscles are being deconstructed every night, and your body no longer possesses the inherent strength to rebuild them on its own. This is precisely why many seniors report waking up feeling weaker, more stiff, or less agile, even after getting a complete night of sleep. The issue isn't a lack of rest. It's that your body was deprived of the correct fuel needed to properly recover while you were sleeping. The positive news is that clinical studies in the field of geriatric nutrition have demonstrated that consuming Certain foods 30 to 60 minutes before you go to bed can decrease overnight muscle deterioration by up to 30%. What's even more encouraging is that some of these foods can actually activate muscle building activity while you sleep. This helps your body maintain its strength, preserve your sense of balance, and allow you to remain independent long into your later years. In the United States, where it's estimated that age-related muscle loss affects over 45% of the senior population, these simple dietary strategies are more important than ever. So, what are these specific foods? Let's count them down from number 8 to number 1, ranked according to their scientific impact, ease of digestion, and overall practicality. You will likely be surprised to find out how many of them are already waiting in your kitchen. Arriving at number 8 is a food that might appear somewhat traditional, but it yields powerful benefits for adults over 60. Cottage cheese. You may be wondering what could possibly be so remarkable about cottage cheese. Well, for clinical nutritionists who specialize in the science of aging, this food is recognized as one of the premier nighttime protein sources you can find. The secret is found in the specific type of protein it possesses, casein. What makes casein so special? In contrast to whey protein, which is absorbed very quickly and is typically used up by the body within 1 to 2 hours, casein digests at a much slower pace. It releases amino acids into your system steadily over a period of 6 to 8 hours. Consider it this way. If whey protein is like a firework, a rapid burst of energy, that's quickly gone. Casein is more akin to a candle, burning slowly and consistently. This is precisely the kind of sustained fuel your muscles require during the long fasting period of the night. In a study published by a respected British nutritional science publication, older adults were administered a small portion of casein before they went to sleep. The outcomes were remarkable. A 31% surge in overnight muscle protein synthesis was observed. The participants in this group didn't just maintain their muscle. They actively constructed more muscle tissue while they slept, and they did so without any exercise. This is a game changer, particularly for seniors who engage in light physical activity, attend physical therapy, or are simply focused on preserving their strength and balance. To use it effectively, consume a half-cup serving, which is about 100 to 120 grams, of cottage cheese approximately 30 to 60 minutes before you plan to go to bed. If you find the flavor too plain, you can enhance it by adding a few slices of banana, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a small drizzle of honey. It's best to keep any added sugars to a minimum for an additional nutritional benefit. Mix in 1 teaspoon of chia seeds to get more fiber and plant-derived omega-3 fatty acids. The best aspect is that cottage cheese is generally easy to digest, making it suitable even for individuals with sensitive stomachs. It also has tryptophan, an amino acid known to encourage relaxation and help you fall asleep more quickly. This food is ideal for seniors who wake up frequently or have poor sleep quality, and for those who feel stiff or sore when they wake up. For anyone aiming to preserve their strength, enhance balance, or recover from an illness or injury, cottage Cheese might be a small snack, but it represents a significant step towards safeguarding your muscles overnight. If you are searching for a straightforward, budget-friendly, and practical method to combat age-related muscle decline, this could be the perfect place for you to begin. Next, at number 7, we have a food that appears simple but provides surprisingly potent advantages: hard-boiled eggs. We typically associate eggs with breakfast, yet few individuals are aware that consuming eggs before bed can aid in protecting and rebuilding muscle, a benefit that is especially pronounced for adults over the age of 60. What is it that makes eggs such a powerhouse for muscle preservation? A single egg contains approximately 6 grams of complete protein, which is filled with all the essential amino acids your body requires to uphold its lean muscle mass. However, the true hero component is leucine, an amino acid that functions like a biological switch, activating the body's muscle-building mechanisms. After you reach 60, your body's responsiveness to protein intake declines. You need a greater amount and of a higher quality to elicit the same muscle repair reaction. This phenomenon is that state of anabolic resistance we discussed. Eggs effectively solve this issue. They deliver high-quality protein that is absorbed fast and digested easily, providing enough to meet the heightened threshold your aging body demands, without needing to eat large portions. A 2021 study featured in a prominent peer-reviewed nutritional science journal followed adults over 60 who ate whole eggs before bed over a 12-week period. The findings indicated a 19% greater rate of muscle preservation when compared to the group that ate nothing. The egg-consuming group also showed increased levels of a growth hormone that facilitates tissue repair and muscle development. For effective use, eat 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs about 30 minutes before you head to bed. You can sprinkle them with a little turmeric or black pepper. Turmeric is known to help lower inflammation, and black pepper enhances the body's absorption of curcumin from the turmeric for greater satiety. You can pair the eggs with a few avocado slices or a piece of whole grain toast. Eggs are low in sugar and starch, so they will not cause a spike in your blood sugar. And they are very quick to prepare since no cooking is needed once they have been boiled. They are an excellent choice for seniors who have a low appetite in the evening, anyone who needs a light and easily digestible bedtime snack, and those who are recovering from exercise, therapy, or joint soreness. Sometimes, the most basic foods are the most powerful implements in your health toolkit, and hard-boiled eggs serve as a perfect illustration. They are easy, affordable, and packed with strength-preserving nutrients. If you want something light yet potent enough to shield your muscles overnight, this might be your ideal go-to solution. At number 6, we find an unconventional yet remarkably effective pairing: tuna packed in olive oil. Tuna might not be the first thing that comes to mind for a bedtime snack, but when the goal is to preserve muscle mass after 60, it stands out as one of the most potent options, particularly when combined with olive oil. Why is this combination so advantageous? Tuna is among the leanest and most protein-rich natural foods available. It boasts a high concentration of leucine, the amino acid that serves as a primary trigger for muscle protein synthesis. Additionally, it is low in unhealthy fats, is easy on the digestive system, and will not cause a surge in your blood sugar. The true magic, however, unfolds when the tuna is packed in olive oil. Rather than water, olive oil contributes monounsaturated fats that decelerate the digestion process. This slowdown permits the amino acids to remain in your bloodstream for a longer duration, steadily nourishing your muscles throughout the night. You can think of it this way: the tuna delivers the fuel for your muscles, and the olive oil slows down the rate at which that fuel is burned, allowing your body to absorb every bit of it while you sleep. A pivotal 2020 study from a top-tier American clinical nutrition journal investigated this very combination in older adults. The participants, who consumed foods rich in both protein and omega-3 fats, before bed showed a 30% rise in overnight muscle protein synthesis. They also experienced less muscle soreness upon waking, had better absorption of vitamin D, and showed reduced markers of inflammation. To utilize this effectively, eat about half a can of tuna that is packed in olive oil. Pair it with cucumber slices, whole grain crackers, or a splash of lemon for extra flavor. It is best to avoid mayonnaise or other creamy sauces, as these can be difficult to digest and may disrupt your sleep. A professional tip: always opt for tuna packed in olive oil, not water, because it is the oil that is key to extending the delivery of nutrients overnight. This is especially beneficial for seniors who wake up feeling sore or sluggish, anyone needing to improve their vitamin D absorption or lower inflammation, and adults who have begun to notice muscle weakness or issues with their balance. Few people are aware that tuna, an affordable and common food, is also one of the most abundant natural sources of leucine. This makes it a powerful ally in combating sarcopenia, the clinical term for age-related muscle loss. If you are serious about maintaining your strength and independence after 60, this is more than just a snack. It's a strategic move for your health. At the number 5 spot is a food often dismissed as a mere dessert, but in truth, it's one of the most complete and beneficial nighttime foods. For adults over 60, Greek yogurt. It isn't just delicious and easy to digest. Greek yogurt offers a potent combination of 3 key benefits for aging bodies. It provides slow-digesting casein protein, contains probiotics to aid digestion, and is rich in calcium for both muscle contraction and bone health. What makes Greek yogurt particularly noteworthy, in contrast to regular yogurt? Greek yogurt undergoes a triple straining process. This technique removes excess sugar and water, resulting in a final product that is significantly higher in protein, has a thicker consistency, and is more satisfying to eat. In a clinical study from a forward-thinking international nutrition journal, older adults consumed a high-protein Greek yogurt snack before bed for a duration of 6 weeks. The outcomes were impressive. They recorded a 26% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis and showed improved mitochondrial activity within their muscle cells, which enhances energy production. Participants also reported feeling more energized the following morning. In simple terms, Greek yogurt helps you recover more effectively rebuild stronger, and wake up feeling more refreshed. For optimal use, eat a half cup of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt approximately 30 to 45 minutes before you go to bed. You can add a dash of cinnamon, a handful of fresh berries, or a drop of vanilla extract to enhance the flavor. Be sure to avoid pre-flavored, sugary yogurts, as they can interfere with sleep and negate the muscle rebuilding benefits. For an extra advantage, mix in 1 teaspoon of chia seeds for additional fiber, plant-based omega-3 south, and smoother digestion. Greek yogurt is also an excellent source of calcium, which facilitates smoother muscle contractions and supports nerve signaling, helping to diminish nighttime cramps and promote deeper sleep. This is ideal for anyone who wakes up feeling stiff, sluggish, or low on energy, as well as seniors with digestive concerns or poor gut health, and those looking for better overnight recovery and morning strength. Greek yogurt is more than a simple snack. It's a comprehensive ally for aging well, simultaneously supporting your muscles, digestion, and restorative sleep. If you are in search of a bedtime food that is enjoyable, easy on the stomach, and highly effective, Greek yogurt is a choice that is hard to surpass. At number 4, we have a traditional bedtime drink rather than a solid food, which is now supported by modern science. Warm milk with turmeric, often known as golden milk. This comforting beverage isn't just for promoting relaxation. It actively works to reduce inflammation and joint pain, enhances muscle recovery, and supports deeper, more restorative sleep, which in turn facilitates overnight muscle repair. Why is the combination of warm milk and turmeric so effective? Milk, particularly dairy milk, or plant-based alternatives fortified with protein, supplies casein protein, which serves as a slow-release fuel for overnight muscle maintenance. It also offers calcium to support muscle contraction and bone strength. Tryptophan, an amino acid that encourages relaxation and sleep, and vitamin D, which supports both immune and muscle function. The turmeric contains curcumin, one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. For older adults, this is especially important because chronic, low-level inflammation is a primary contributor to muscle breakdown, joint pain, and inefficient recovery. When combined, the milk provides the materials for building muscle, while the turmeric soothes the joints, lowers inflammation, and fosters a deeper state of recovery during sleep. A 2022 research paper exploring the connection between diet and brain-body health found that older adults who consumed a protein-rich beverage enhanced with curcumin before bed saw a 30% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis. They also experienced less joint stiffness in the morning and had reduced inflammatory markers in their muscle tissue. To prepare and use it effectively, here is an updated, clear method. Gently warm 1 cup of milk, but do not let it boil. You can use cow's milk or a plant-based milk that has added protein and calcium. Stir in 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric. Add a tiny pinch of finely ground black pepper. Just a few grains are sufficient to improve the absorption of the curcumin. Do not use whole peppercorns. If you like, you can add 1 teaspoon of raw honey for a touch of gentle sweetness. Stir it well and sip it about 30 minutes before bedtime. If you are lactose intolerant, you can use almond, oat, or soy milk, ideally one that is fortified with calcium and protein to get the maximum benefit. This drink is perfect for seniors dealing with joint pain, morning stiffness, or inflammation. It is also for anyone who struggles with poor sleep or shallow rest, and for older adults who need better overnight recovery and less soreness. This beverage isn't just a folk remedy. It's a science-validated recovery strategy that promotes calmness, alleviates pain, and supports muscle repair without resorting to medications. If you are looking for a simple, comforting bedtime ritual that helps your joints, muscles, and nervous system recover in harmony, a cup of golden milk could be the best place to start. Coming in at number 3 is a small yet powerful bedtime snack, particularly for times when you desire something light before sleeping: almond butter. This is far more than just a delicious spread. Almond butter is, in fact, a nutrient-dense powerhouse that helps to preserve muscle, calm the body, and support overnight recovery, all from just a single spoonful. Why is almond butter so effective? It contains healthy unsaturated fats that slow down digestion, providing a steady supply of energy throughout the night. It also offers plant-based protein, which supplies the essential amino acids needed for muscle maintenance, and vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that aids in tissue repair. A 2020 study from a peer-reviewed nutrition journal discovered that older adults who incorporated almond-based fats into their nightly regimen experienced improved nitrogen retention, which is a key indicator of muscle preservation. They also had lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that can accelerate muscle breakdown during sleep. In other words, almond butter doesn't just feed your muscles. It also protects them from stress, which is an often overlooked cause of muscle wasting in many older adults. To use it effectively, consume 1 tablespoon, approximately 16 grams, of almond butter about 30 minutes before you go to bed. You can eat it directly from the spoon or spread it on a piece of whole grain toast, apple slices, or oat-based crackers. It is crucial to select a natural almond butter with no added sugars, no hydrogenated oils, and no artificial preservatives. Steer clear of convenient spreads that are packed with sugar, salt, or industrial oils, as these can spike your blood sugar, disrupt your sleep, and diminish the potential benefits. This option is excellent for seniors who have a small appetite at night but still require muscle support. It's also beneficial for those with mild insomnia or who tend to wake up frequently, and for anyone recovering from an illness, injury, muscle loss, or a period of prolonged stress. While it may only be a spoonful, almond butter provides a powerful, natural dose of muscle-protecting nutrition, especially for adults over 60. If you seek a no-fuss, nutrient-rich method to nourish your muscles and enhance your sleep, almond butter might be the smartest one-bite habit you could ever form. At the number 2 position is a natural beverage with surprisingly potent effects on sleep, muscle recovery, and joint health: tart cherry juice. This is not merely a passing health trend. It is one of the most scientifically validated nighttime aids, proving especially beneficial for adults over 60, What makes tart cherry juice so effective? It is abundant in anthocyanins, which are natural antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. It also naturally contains melatonin, the hormone that is responsible for inducing deeper and more restful sleep. Furthermore, it helps to reduce oxidative stress, a significant factor contributing to poor recovery, muscle damage, and joint inflammation. A 2019 paper from a publication focused on sports science and nutrition found that adults over 50 who drank tart cherry juice before bed experienced 33% less muscle soreness in the morning, a 15% improvement in their sleep quality, and had higher levels of circulating melatonin and antioxidants. This combination creates a powerful synergy. Improved sleep leads to faster recovery, and reduced inflammation results in less muscle damage overnight. To use it effectively, drink 4 to 6 ounces, 120 to 180 milliliters of 100% tart cherry juice about 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime. It is essential to choose unsweetened tart cherry juice, not sweet cherry varieties or fruit cocktail blends. If you find the taste too sharp, you can dilute it with a small amount of water or add a few drops of lemon to help balance the flavor. Avoid any juice blends that contain added sugar, as this can interfere with sleep and cause blood sugar spikes, thereby reducing the recovery benefits. This is an ideal choice for adults who wake up with sore muscles or stiff joints, people who struggle with light sleep or wake up frequently, and seniors who are engaged in light exercise, physical therapy, or are recovering from an illness or injury. The key is not to drink a large quantity, but to use the correct type at the right time and in the right dose. Tart cherry juice doesn't just help you fall asleep more quickly. It also boosts the release of growth hormone during deep sleep, which is critical for muscle repair and strength maintenance as we age. If you are contending with persistent soreness, poor sleep, or stiff joints, this might be one of the simplest yet most effective natural remedies you could ever try. And here we have it, the #1 food on our list, and the most powerful way to protect and even rebuild your muscle mass after the age of 60. Even if you do not exercise, a whey protein shake. If you have always believed that whey protein is exclusively for bodybuilders, it is time to reconsider. In reality, adults over 60 often need whey protein more than any other demographic because the body's natural ability to absorb protein and build muscle declines sharply with age. Why is whey protein so uniquely potent? Whey is a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids, including a particularly high concentration of leucine. Leucine is the specific amino acid that directly initiates the process of muscle protein synthesis. You can think of leucine as the on switch for muscle building. Without a sufficient amount of leucine, the muscle repair process simply will not activate, regardless of how much other protein you consume. After 60, your body requires a higher dose of leucine to trigger the same muscle-building response, and whey delivers that in the most easily absorbable form available. A clinical trial published in a premier American clinical nutrition journal tested the effects of 40 grams of whey protein consumed before bed in adults over the age of 65. The findings revealed a 20% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis, lower levels of markers indicating muscle breakdown, and measurable improvements in strength, walking speed, and balance. Most impressively, these significant benefits were observed even without the addition of any exercise. When whey protein is combined with light activity such as walking, tai chi, or gentle resistance band work, the results are even more pronounced. For effective use, mix 1 scoop of high-quality whey protein isolate or hydrolyzed whey is best. For sensitive stomachs with water or unsweetened almond milk, drink this shake 30 to 60 minutes before you go to bed for extra flavor or nutrients. You can blend in half a banana, a spoonful of almond butter, a dash of cinnamon, or some natural vanilla extract. It is important to avoid adding sugar, cream, condensed milk, or commercial mass gainers. Choose a whey isolate or hydrolyzed whey product, which are low in lactose, easy to digest, and ideal for older adults. This is highly recommended for seniors at risk of age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, adults who want to maintain their strength, improve balance, and move with more confidence. People with a low appetite or insufficient protein intake during the day, and anyone recovering from an illness, injury, or surgery. Whey protein doesn't just stop muscle loss. It actively encourages new muscle growth while you sleep, the time when your body is naturally in its most profound recovery state. This is your golden key, simple, science-based, and incredibly powerful for preserving your strength, independence, and overall quality of life well into your later years. After reaching the age of 60, you do not have to lift heavy weights or depend on medications to remain strong. All it may require is eating the right type of food at the right time. We have just reviewed the 8 most potent bedtime foods for preserving and rebuilding your muscle mass. Each one is backed by scientific evidence. Easy to find in any grocery store, simple to prepare, and perfectly suited for older adults. The list includes a whey protein shake, tart cherry juice, almond butter, warm milk with turmeric, Greek yogurt, tuna in olive oil, hard-boiled eggs, and cottage cheese. Each of these foods acts like a silent construction crew, rebuilding your strength as you sleep, helping you to wake up with steadier legs, less pain, and more vitality. I encourage you to try this tonight. Choose just one food from this list and incorporate it into your evening routine. Within a few days, you will likely begin to feel a noticeable difference. Don't forget, subscribe if you found this information helpful. Please comment below too. Let me know which food you are most eager to try, and share this episode with a friend or a loved one. Everyone deserves the benefits of restful sleep and strong muscles, even after 60. You are never too old to get stronger, and that journey can begin tonight with one small, intentional choice before you go to bed. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.